Here we are. The Three Musketeers. All for one and one for all. And we're missing the fourth.
Colby, our local rap star, is not going to be here today.
Should we just... He has family things going on.
It's a family emergency, gentlemen.
Yeah. It's a family break.
Yeah.
So we won't talk too much shit about him.
His cat died.
Yeah, welcome to... I don't know what episode we're on, guys.
38.
38. Welcome to episode 38. My name is Burns with Jimmy and Kyle, and Colby is here in spirit.
Yeah, in cat spirit.
Hey, so first thing I want to... Or do we have to do an ad read first? I got to talk about something that's on my mind.
Let's tell them who's sponsoring this episode.
Well, I just wanted to know. Well, yeah, we'll just get the ad out of the way real quick. Kyle, how hard is it to find someone smart enough when you're hiring for positions on your website?
Oh,
it is super difficult, Burns.
A bunch of retards?
Jesus, dude. Yeah, a bunch of super unqualified people always think that they can do some shit, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it can be challenging to find a talent for a successful business, and I've worked with some special people before, and by special I mean retarded. But DudeComedy is sponsored by ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus different job sites. Their technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them. Over 80% of jobs posted on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in 24 hours. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. Right now, DudeComedy listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/DudeComedy. That's ZipRecruiter.com/DudeComedy. One more time to try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/DudeComedy. Really
quick, just to add on to that, being a guy that's been in the work field and had to hire multiple employees for different businesses, that tool, if you're in that position or anything, is golden to actually sift through and find the right people, because like Kyle said, there's lots of disappointments out there. So to have something like that is pretty important.
I would say it's like a 98% disappointment rating if you like go to like Twitter and you say, "Hey, I need some help on something." Like, hey, can anybody write an article? And like people that have never written articles in their life, I mean, they're just thinking of the opportunity.
It's almost like catfishing for job recruiting, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They lie their ass off. All right,
ZipRecruiter, a better way to job.
There you go.
Jesus.
Boom.
So here's the great debate, boys. I threw something in the Skype chat, and I just said $20 bill drinks, and Burns is like, "Yeah, I want to talk about overpriced drinks at stadiums." But I was just putting that in as a reminder. I don't care about expensive drinks. So there's this video yesterday. I believe it's fairly old. It's a talk show, and I'm not sure whose talk show it was, but like the theme of the episode was like, you know, whatever the saying is for like when you ditch a guy or not, you know, like, do you stay with him after he does something or not, you know? So it was just a fucking room full of women, and this girl stands up, she's like, "So I went out and I went with this tall, dark, handsome man. We went and got a few drinks, and the bill was $20. And I asked him if he wanted to split, and he said yes. You want to split the bill? He said yes." And so it sparked this just massive, well, it wasn't a debate because it was all women. All of them were like, "Oh my God, he made you split a $20 tab. Like, that is just fucking bullshit." You know, they were all freaking out. So what I was curious is, what is your guys' opinion on a small, I mean,
on like paying for dates or?
So it was a first date.
Okay.
It was a first date, and apparently they only had a couple drinks, and she reached for her purse and says, "You want to split it?" So as just like the bitch in the show called it alligator arms. Like she wasn't actually gonna split it, you know. And the dude just said, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's split it."
I think splitting is fine on a first date. To me, if a woman offers to split, it just shows that she thinks my time is valuable, but apparently this one was just being a cunt.
Yes. Jimmy?
Oh, the guy can't win. The guy can't win. I'm the kind of guy I'm going to pay, not just on a date. I mean, if I'm in the position where I can, if we go out with friends and stuff, I'm the kind of guy that's going to try to pay for everybody's meal. But on a first date like that, he can't win in that situation because, first of all, she asked him if he wanted to split. Therefore, she put it out there, so she was either baiting him or trying to have a reason not to whatever if he said yes. Second of all, you have the women that are on the line of if you asked or if you offered to pay for it for her and she's like, I'm an independent woman, I'll pay for my own shit. Yeah. So how do you win that? Because you have your traditional women that, like you said, they're in a room full of women that are like, oh my God, he didn't do it. He's supposed to be a gentleman and it's a gesture and blah, blah, blah. But then you have other women out there that are the complete opposite and say, what, do you think I can't pay for my own stuff? So he can't win.
Yeah, it's a no, and I mean, especially with like the huge debate on like, like genders and the wage gap and stuff. So my whole thought on this, so she starts this whole conversation off, at this talk show in front of all these women. She's like, yeah, he was handsome, tall, beautiful hair, man. Like she was ultra feeling this fucking guy, right?
Okay.
And so then her story keeps going. She's like, yeah, we were really hitting it off, having great conversation. And so her big debate was that more of the debate was like, it was only $20, like it was only $20. So this is what I think. It's something I call damage control. So she acted like this fucking guy was feeling her, but a $20 bill or a $20 bar tab, what is that? That's 2 fucking drinks, Yeah. Like if he was really feeling her, I mean, they would have been like 3 to 5 drinks in. So the bar tab should have been like $60, $70, right? And so basically what he did, which fuck it, like if it's your first date, like he probably met her and he instantly was like, like she was a little bit cross-eyed, somewhat heavy-set, and she was all like, he was such an amazing man. So basically he wasn't fucking feeling her, So if you go on a date and it's real, like say you went to a $100 dinner,
Who's going on a $100 dinner for a first date? That's your first mistake.
I'm just fucking roll with it, Burns, damn it.
All right.
But so it's called damage control. If you're not feeling that person, why don't you fucking look out for yourself and get out of there as cheap as possible? Like if you're never going to see this girl again, which most likely happened because they only had 2 fucking drinks, he wasn't feeling her. Like why wouldn't you just be like, okay, well if you offered to split the fucking bill, like I'm not feeling you, so hey, 50 each, we go our separate ways. It's just the whole, it's the social norms of some things are just fucking stupid, all these women and stuff are like gender gap, gender wage gap, and then they fully expect like dudes to pay for everything. Like it's
hypocritical.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty.
Being a hypocrite.
And I mean, maybe, one girl, but this whole room of fucking people were like, oh my gosh, is he fucking serious? Did he really just do that? Like, why would you not fucking just pay the $20? Like,
well, that's obviously not a fair platform.
The worst part is her pretending like she was going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, I have no problem paying for it.
She grabbed her wallet out, she said.
So how come none of the ladies are being like, well, why is she baiting him? Why didn't they focus in on that at all? Because it was a platform that was set up.
Well, she like trying to test him, be like, will he just say no? I've got it. Like I don't have a problem if someone wants to.
All the
listen,
women on this
dude,
show,
if you're on date number 1 and she's already doing that poop game shit and like trying to test you and all this mental game, just run.
Yeah, it sounds like he got out of a bad situation, but
yeah, for the cheapest value. I mean, that's what it's called, damage control. Like, fuck, either I can pay $20 right now or kind of be an asshole and pay 10 and get the fuck out and never see her again, Although this whole room full of women were like, oh, she gave her, or the host was like, oh, so you gave her the alligator arms trick. So they all knew, like Like, oh yeah, you always.
What is
act
alligator arms? Like she goes.
It's like
to reach for her
alligator-
purse?
it's like
you
alligator
reach for your
tears, no
purse,
fake
but you
tears.
can't really reach it, so you're just acting like you're grabbing your purse to pay, and then so that's the social norm for them to act like they're gonna pay, but the other social norm is for like the guy just to say no and pay, you know.
And they wonder why they're single, right?
Yeah, I mean, this bitch was she was cross-eyed and shit.
Just your average cunt.
Yeah, no, this fucking show is just nothing but fucking women, and they're all just like, you know, in the crowds are like, oh, you know, right when she's like, he made me split $20. Oh, like
is
the
this
whole
the
crowd.
View? Is this the View?
No, I'm not sure. I have, it's on
Something
our
like
site.
that?
Yeah, it's more like a Ricky Lake type show.
Okay.
With just a bunch of fucking women who are like think they're way too cool.
Well, speaking of shitty people, I wanted to talk about shitty people for a second. So, maybe people being shitty. Maybe they're not shitty at the core. I don't know. So we put up the last episode. I don't know why this struck me wrong, but we did the lowball prank call, right? And we've done it twice now. We did it on an episode, and then we skipped it, and then we did it on another one. Okay, so this guy tweets at us, and he's like, the beginning of the end for Dude Comedy Podcast. And I tweeted him back, and I was like, I was curious. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you guys, you're going away from your roots. You're doing prank calls instead of talking to each other and making it a true podcast forum round table. And then he put hashtag dying. And I don't really care about that guy personally, because obviously he's an idiot and has no clue that this is where Dude Comedy Podcast wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the initial PTFO, which was prank calls. And it just struck me like, why do people go out of their way to be shitty? Why? It takes as much effort.
The answer is to get attention, and you gave it to him.
You think so? You think that's it? Just straight.
Maybe,
to get
or
attention?
maybe he just genuinely doesn't like that segment, which is totally fine. You can fast forward through it. But we tried something new. We had a couple of funny calls. It's not something we're just going to spend an hour here doing, but
Yeah, what do we do it for, like 8 minutes?
Yeah, and it went over great. The feedback was great. It wasn't really necessarily that. It was just the thought process I was thinking about this morning. I was like, what drives people to be shitty to people? Like, I saw a girl tweet or she was on Twitter this morning. She was boarding a flight, and she's a YouTuber, and a lady shoved her out of the way so she could board and get in her seat, which was behind her. Like, she's going to get where she's going any quicker than anybody else on the airplane, you know? And she said the lady gave her a shitty look. The lady shoved her to get in, and then the lady gave her a shitty look. And I had that happen to me dropping the kids off at school the other day. A guy cuts in front of me. Like, he cuts in front of me. He knows he's wrong, and he gives me the shitty look.
Or you honk at somebody and they flip you off. You're like, what?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't really know.
I know it could be multiple things. It depends on the day.
I had a road rage incident with a shitty person where Kyle's saying you honk at someone, they flip you off.
Yeah.
Maybe I've told this before, but it was entering onto their freeway, and this guy was literally like 10 car lengths behind me, and I just merged into his lane, and then he speeds past me in the other lane and just flips me the bird. So I followed him off the exit ramp, and I just gave him a honk in the middle finger, and this dude decided, oh, I guess I'm just going to follow him now. And he rolled his window down and he yelled at me.
You're fucking up there. That's how you get killed, Burns.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
you followed him, and then he turned around and started following you?
Yeah.
Well, he noticed and saw he was already white, so he's like, I'm in the clear. Just kidding. So just the other day when Rachel's parents were over on like Saturday, we went to lunch. They were gonna follow us to Costco, and then we were gonna go to Abel's T-ball game. So I told them we were gonna go to Costco, but on Saturday the road to get to Costco is busy, so I ended up taking a back road. Well, I was in the left-hand turn lane, and they pulled up next to us to go straight, and we rolled down the window, and they're like, oh, where are you guys going? And I'm like, oh, we're taking the back roads. And so I was going to let him in front of me in the turn lane, you know? So when the light turned green, I stayed there. They pulled in front of me, and we turned left. So I'm turning left, and I just hear this, like somebody's fucking honking at me. I'm like, or honking. I didn't know it was at me. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, and then the dude behind me is right on my fucking ass. So I'm like, so is this dude mad because I let a car in, even though he still made the left-hand turn, you know? So I'm like, we're just sitting there trying to like debate what's going on. And he's just riding on he's an old fucking guy in a Mustang. You know, he's just riding on my ass. And we were going to take a right-hand turn, and he was going to go straight. So right before I took the right-hand turn, I did like a fake swerve into him, you know? Like that's my fucking move. I do that shit all the time. Like, and it's
like you'll take your hands and like you're on the wheel, but you'll roll your
I
hands.
actually give it a pretty firm like swerve. Oh. But not like that doesn't actually cross the line, you know, just my car is moving in there. And so it
your
definitely
car has
was
a seizure.
Yeah. But he fucking laid into his horn again, but it was like, dude, okay, like I could understand if you were maybe like the last guy that didn't make that left-hand turn, you know? But there wasn't like he made the fucking turn. He was going to get to his destination the exact same time, you know? It's like especially old people, like old grumpy people are the fucking worst, you know? But I mean, people just enjoy being assholes, I guess. I mean, like the dude.
Go ahead.
The dude that tweeted at you, like, what was he really going to get out of it? Did he ever respond to you?
No, not after that. I think the thing that triggered me was the hashtag dying. Like the show is dying, and this guy, he wants it to die, I guess. I don't know. it just got me thinking about.
Well, maybe his life is full of failure, and he wants to project that failure on other people.
Have you guys ever had road rage incident to the point where you wanted to get out of your car and just throw down?
No, I haven't. No.
You say that like
do,
in
I'm
a
always
shocking manner, Burns,
right.
but you turned around and followed.
I mean, it's just like my elevator scenario where I won't say anything to anyone if they cut me off in the elevator, but if it's on the road, I'm like, I want to kill this person immediately.
Well, yeah, you're in the safety and the confines of your metal vehicle. I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll get mad at people, but not like at them, you know? Like, I won't like fucking pull up next to them and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, because my philosophy is like getting mad is whatever, but like, is you stopping and yelling at, like, what the fuck is that going to do? You know, like the situation's already over. So, you know, what is going to come of it, you know?
You get to feel like a big tough guy. I told him.
That's the same as keyboard warriors on the man. Everybody's tough on their keyboard. Everybody's a big badass. We've talked about that, but not just everybody's tough or a badass. Everybody's a political professional. Everybody's an analyst.
Everybody knows
how the stock market's going to go. Everybody's a doctor. Yeah.
Everyone's a doctor, including me today, because Jimmy, I did some research, and I am going to give you the truth on chiropractors. We are going to get through this, and we're going to get you to the right side.
Why are we even talking about this again?
Because I want to tell you why it's nonsense, and you
missed what I told you. I in real life went to a chiropractor, and in real life, not with your little research on your Google, he made my back feel better. He popped it, and
let's just ask some
better.
questions. Let's just ask some questions. Did they crack? Did they crack your neck too, Jimmy?
I laid down in this weird looking medieval torture seat. And I think he actually got like on top of my back with his knee and did some weird funky shit, and my shit popped off and went and it felt really good afterwards.
Yeah, but did they crack your neck though too?
Sure, probably.
Okay, so you know there's like let me find the
No, I don't know. You're gonna tell me.
There's a lining of the artery in your neck, and when they crack it like that, it can form a blood clot, and it has caused strokes in several instances.
Okay.
So yeah, that's nonsense.
Wouldn't that be the same as a doctor doing surgery on you and going inside your body if he touched
no, because
the wrong thing,
that doctor knows what they're doing and they know the risks.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so hell-bent on chiropractors?
Because I don't like it when people believe nonsense. It bothers me a great deal.
But I told you that it made my back feel better.
That's great.
He doesn't give a fuck about your back.
Really not. Really doesn't care at all.
I mean, the first sign that you were in a bad situation was you described the chair as like a medieval torture chamber.
Yep. It definitely was. That's what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done? Are we good? Can we talk about something else?
Sure. What do you want to talk
Nobody
about?
gives a shit about.
What do you want to talk? What do you guys want to talk about? I was just say that to piss Kyle off.
This is where Colby would say, "Well, let's take it back 4 steps, guys.
Let's take it back for a second.
Let's take it back for a second. I don't know. I would like to maybe tell the viewers, ask the viewers, implore the viewers to share the podcast any way they want to, whether that be word of mouth. Share it if you guys enjoy it. We get tweets every podcast when they go up, how you guys listen to it on the way to work. You listen to it at school. So many positive tweets. So if you guys would share it, tell a friend, tell 10 friends. We're trying to grow this thing.
Follow us on the iTunes. Leave a review.
So we posted this video yesterday. He survived, but a dude decided he seemed like some form of tourist somewhere, and there's this cool rock, and he's like, cool, I'll hang off this fucking rock over this cliff, so we can take a cool picture, you got to get those 8 likes on Instagram, right? So the fucking dude is hanging there, and he's a kid, and there's like 6 adults watching, and the fucker tries to get down, slips off, falls down this like massive cliff. Apparently he survived though, but like, do you ever do shit? I would say for like video stuff, like when I got a GoPro on and I'm riding like some vehicle, like I'll try shit that I normally wouldn't try just for fun, but right. I don't know if like putting your life in danger for that like perfect Instagram picture. I don't know about that one.
It reminds me of the people who hang from like skyscrapers. They're not like skyscrapers. What are they hanging from, Jimmy? What would you call that?
No, you're scaffolding. Like you're talking about big buildings where there's work
scaffolding,
being done on them. Catwalks and stuff.
Like 5,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And like doing not just hanging there, like doing like cartwheels and backflips on these beams. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yeah, well, there's a Russian model. There's an Instagram girl that's what she does. She goes up to these high, like catwalks in high buildings and stuff, and she takes the pictures like where a guy's holding her by the hand and she's leaned back with nothing. That's what she does. That's like what her MO is. I'm gonna find her.
Now there's a difference. There's a difference between that, like if I make a GoPro video and I, do something cool in it and I put it online and I, make money off of it, or that like all those people that do like the buildings and like the scaffolding stuff, like those people are like, they're getting millions of views, which equates into money, like this person is just a random fucking tourist, taking that perfect Instagram picture that probably literally would have got 12 likes wherever he put it,
you're right. It's not worth it at all.
Like,
check that out.
I'll check it out.
That is Victoria Odinsova.
Yeah, this is just insanity.
Yeah, she's hanging off the tallest building in Dubai.
Why would anyone want to do this? Seriously.
She's popular from it.
This gives me anxiety just looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know about the whole just holding your arm like that. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so Kyle, let's put hypothetical. We haven't been hypothetical in a while. You and me go to New York, and we'll go to New York. We'll go to the Empire State Building. Somehow we get on the outside of it at the top, and there's a catwalk and there's a rail. You have a company that said, Kyle, we will pay you $50,000 for an Instagram post where Jimmy is holding your hand and you are hanging off the rail, and you have to say, shout out our company. You wouldn't trust me?
Fuck no. I mean, that's where accents, a little moistured shit, my hands are a little clammy. Yeah. Like, that's when if you want me to hang from the fucking rail, like I've done it before over like a pretty large bridge, not like the highest spot, but I was probably still like, 150 feet in the air, just hanging on to like the metal railing, but I ain't letting anybody fucking hold me. That's for sure.
What amount of money would you have to be paid to do it?
For Jimmy to hold me?
Yeah, to hold your hand, like secure. I'm your lifeline.
Man.
Obviously, it's within my best interest to not let you fall. I don't want to be a murderer,
Yeah. No, I'm sure there's a price you can put on it, but still though, it's risk reward, man.
I feel like I would panic and accidentally let go of Jimmy's hand.
Yeah,
that would suck. Oh,
I
that
don't
would
know.
suck.
I don't think I don't think.
I would just, you know what I would do? I would get the, I would say let's do it for $1 million.
Okay.
And that if you drop me, that money goes to my family, right? So we have an agreement.
Right.
And you don't know in this hypothetical scenario, you don't know that I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, like it's weird putting like the money on it because it's not like you're eating how much to eat this piece of shit, you know, like it's like how much to possibly die. Like what, the money doesn't fucking matter, honestly.
Well, that's what that model's doing. She's doing that to grow. I'm sure she's capitalizing monetarily somehow.
I mean, if I was going to pull one last prank in life and I was deathly ill and was going to die, I might pull a prank on Jimmy and like let go of him and be like, haha, you're going to get charged with murder. And my family gets $1 million.
And once again, this is why you prove show after show that you are sadistic and you are psycho.
If we could do a couple practice runs, you know,
Practice runs.
like on the top of my house or something, then maybe I'd give it a go.
Just look how high up that is. This is just insanity.
Yeah, that's...
I wouldn't even be the guy
Really
holding her. I
crazy.
wouldn't stand out on the ledge like that. I feel like I would fall forward. She would like pull me over.
Yeah, no, I would be on the fucking... My only concern is like, okay, I think we can do it, you know, let's go do it. But then when I'm actually on the edge, like I'd be like fucking wigging, like I'd be so like nervous and like convulsing and shit because I'm like, holy shit, like sometimes I feel like I couldn't even walk on that ledge because I'd like hunker down and just crawl, you know?
I agree. I don't know if there's an amount of money because I don't like putting myself in positions. I've said this before, they're avoidable landmines throughout life, and there's things that you can see ahead of time that you can say, no, I'm not going to do that. And
Yeah, I mean, life is crazy. I mean, you could die in a freak accident, but this seems like something you could avoid.
This is definitely avoidable landmine.
This is a Darwin Award waiting to happen.
It is. All right, I was just curious. I mean, out of all three of us, I would guess that Kyle would be the most risk taker, definitely, out of the three of us. I think me and Burns have pretty much solidified that we're chicken shits when it comes to a lot of things. So
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know where Colby would be. Well, Colby would follow Kyle. So if Kyle said, Colby, we're jumping off this fucking cliff, Colby'd probably be like, all right, ride or die, dog.
I don't know. When we were in Hawaii, we walked down this trail to the beach. It's a pretty steep trail. And we're walking back up, right? And I see this massive rock right on the edge of a super steep hill. But I mean, you could see the bottom of the hill, so it's not like, hey, it's just gonna randomly go down this huge hill. Hopefully, no one's down there. Like you can see the bottom of it. But the first thing in my mind was like, holy shit, I want to roll this motherfucker down, you know? And so it was me, Colby, and our buddy Jack. So I'm like, Jack, let's get this rock, and we're fucking like sitting on the ground and like trying to use our feet to like push it down the hill. And Colby looks at us. He's like, guys, that doesn't look safe to me. We're like, what? Like you never fucking rolled rocks down a hill? It's like the best thing ever. He's like, it just doesn't seem right. And I'm just like, all right, dude. This is fucking weird.
I'm surprised.
But we were walking up this steep ass hill. Maybe he just wanted to roll out. He's a little tired. I don't know. Right. Or he just had a huge fucking vagina as a dick. Who knows?
Let's do some Twitter questions. I actually did Colby's job today and tweeted out asking for questions.
Good job, man.
First one is fuck one, marry one, kill one. Kate Upton, Scarlett Johansson, and Burns' mom.
Kill Burns' mom. Marry
Come on,
Scarlett
Kyle, man,
Johansson.
that's my mom.
Fuck Kate Upton. That's the best possible answer.
I'm gonna say fuck Burns' mom because we know that's not gonna happen. So I can get that out of the way.
Like
who are the other two?
You're gonna fuck his mom?
What are the other two?
Wait, out of all three of those, you're gonna fuck his mom?
You got a shot at Kate Upton and Scarlett Johansson, and you were like,
there's
60-year-old
literally
woman.
no. You say kill Burns' mom. She's pretty old. She's fragile.
Come on, dude. At least marry her.
Then you fuck Kate Upton because she's just retarded, but she's sexy. And then you marry Scarlett Johansson because she's elegant.
Well, it sounds like you have it figured out.
Yeah, that's literally the only possible answer.
I'm offended, Kyle, that you kill my
it's going to be Burns' answer too, because why the fuck would he? I mean,
Burns is going to say,
I don't have
mom?
to answer. I don't have to answer this question.
Okay,
no, you do.
Okay, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
This is a question that is unwinnable for me.
Come on, answer it.
Well, no, you got to say kill your mom.
You have to say what Kyle tells you to say.
I think the most tame here is marrying her. I can divorce her later, right?
I mean, Burns is also the one that said he would rather go forward instead of backward, if you remember with the mom and dad sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're killing her.
That was the best case scenario in that question.
I'd rather kill my mom than have sex with her.
Next question.
All right, actually, I have a good story for this next question, so I can go first if you'd like me to. What is the dumbest thing Burns, Kyle, and Colby have done while intoxicated? Not for Jimmy because he's a father figure, no fun at all, but we will ask you to answer this question.
Actually, I could tell you some story. Okay, all right, cool.
All right, I'll tell my story first. I may have told this before, so stop me if you've heard this one before. It was when I was in college, and me and my buddy went to a Halloween party. This was around Halloween, and this was way off campus, like across the river. The college we went to was like right next to the Mississippi River, and this was like maybe like 5 miles off campus. And after the party, people were like getting taxis, and we tried to steal someone's taxi, but that didn't
Seriously?
work out. Yeah. Well, we just saw a taxi outside. We're like, oh, let's go. We need to ride back to campus. And they're like, this isn't
Like
your cab.
steal as in like, hey, we're
Steal
here.
is in.
Not-
Steal is in. Like, yeah, we
first-
ordered this. I didn't steal like a taxi cab car, dude. No. So we had to get out, and we were like, oh, I guess we'll just walk. Back to campus. So we started walking. We saw there was a big Wells Fargo sign in downtown St. Cloud where I went, and it was right where all the bars were, and it's pretty close to our house. And we saw we could cut across a field, and it would have made a much shorter trip than just taking the neighborhood streets. So we start crossing the field, and we come across the train tracks that cross across the Mississippi River. And we walked across them, and it was probably like 200 feet above the river. And being intoxicated and walking on this like very narrow train track was probably the worst idea ever, because we could have easily just like tripped and fell into the river, and I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
But
So
you
that was-
lived.
So that was a really poor decision.
Okay, I've got one. I'll go last, Kyle.
Idiot. I feel like I do more dumb shit when I'm sober, but
That's scary.
yeah, no. I mean, I guess one time when I've told this story multiple times. I've done tons of dumb shit, but we were definitely fucked up when we first, I used to prank call a bunch of hookers, and then we were fucked up at the house when I first started doing it before I even started recording the prank calls. We would just do it for fun. And then we ended up actually getting one. I've told the story where we like picked her up in an elementary school parking lot, which that was pretty fucked up. But I don't know. I more just have like funny stories. Like when we were in college, we got fucked up and we're like, we're not gonna drive to Jack in the Box, and so we rode our bikes there. And it was late at night, so they only had the drive-through open. So there's these girls in line, and we're like, hey, we'll buy you guys food if we can like. There's 2 girls, and we're like, buy you guys food if we can just hop in with you guys to order, because we can't go inside and we're on bikes. And they're like, yeah, okay. So we're just sitting in the drive-thru. It took a while, and then the one girl is super cool, but there's like a fat one, and I don't know what it is with like fat girls, but they're always cunts, you know. Like I don't know if it's because the other girl was attractive, but nobody was attracted to this really large woman. So she was just being a massive fucking cunt, and so I'm like, I kept eyeing my buddy Drew. I'm like, dude. So we fucking go through they ordered a shitload of food. Like obviously the big one just went to town. She's like, oh shit, free food. You know, I'm going to fucking town on somebody else's dime, right? So in this whole time, I can't remember what she was saying, but she was just being a fucking cunt. You know, she just being all rude and shit. Like, you guys don't got cars, and like just being just a cunt. And so we finally get our food through the drive-thru, and I look at my buddy Drew, and I'm like, see ya! We fucking took all the food, hopped on our bikes. They're all screaming and stuff like we just robbed them, even though we just paid for the food, and we just dipped out. See ya.
Moral of the story: don't be a cunt.
Yep.
It's your favorite word today, isn't it?
No, she
All
was,
right.
well, that's like perfectly describes her. She was a cunt.
Okay. All right, mine is...
Huge cunt. Massive stinky cunt.
Stinky cunt. Okay, so got my class ring. This was, I think, junior
Wait,
year.
hold on a second. Back up just real quick. You actually bought a class ring?
Yeah.
Why?
Did you guys not buy class rings?
Fuck no, dude. They're like $800. Why would I buy a class ring?
No. I got the silver with the blue stone. It was like
Well,
$150.
Why?
You still
Why
wear
would you
that
ever
shit,
buy
dog?
it? Do you still
You
wear
still
it?
wear it?
Can I finish the story?
Do you wear
No, I want to know.
dude?
Do you still wear it? This is an important question.
Can I finish the story?
No. Do you
Oh,
still
he
wear
probably
it?
lost it. He lost it.
Can I finish the story?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
Would
So
you
I bought
still
a
wear
class
it if
ring,
you had
which
it?
a lot of kids do when they're in high school. Apparently, neither
From
one
the
of you.
70s.
Don't do it. It's a scam.
Went to a party, got really drunk, had just broken up with a girl, and I got like super drunk, and I was like, "No girl will ever have this ring again," and I threw it into the woods,
Oh my God.
like chunked it, threw it in the woods. Go
Are
on.
you fucking serious?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yep. Why is it so funny? Why is it so funny that I
Well,
bought
it's funny.
a class
It's
ring?
because it's so dumb.
Well,
dude.
then
It's high school.
the way you fucking had it, nobody will ever have this ring.
Oh yeah. No
like,
girl will ever-
why would a girl give a fuck about your class ring?
that was the thing back then. They'd like wear it on their necklace or whatever.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Fuck off, man. Fuck off, mate.
Wait, you're supposed to give your, hold on, you give your class ring to somebody?
Yeah.
Wait, you give your ring to someone? Hold on.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I was
yeah. If you're
confused. Why?
Back
Like,
then
what do
in
you
high
mean?
school, you give it to the girl. She wears on a necklace, kind of like your Letterman jacket.
Dude,
I
what
thought you got like the
fuck
class
is
ring,
wrong?
like at like
I
when
don't
you
understand why
graduated.
what the issue. Most people listen to this will be like, yeah, okay, that was a thing. I don't get why this is a big deal to you guys.
Guarantee, 100% not.
No, Jimmy, I don't know what you were doing, but it was an incorrect decision.
No girl will.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
No girl will ever have this ring.
no girl will ever have this ring. Put it on a t-shirt.
Well, of course it was. You asked for the dumbest thing while I was drunk. Of course, it was an incorrect decision.
So you do admit that buying a class
Are
ring
you
was
guys'
dumb.
lives that boring that you have to get
Are
the
you
jollies
sure?
out of
Are
this
you
like that?
Are you sure that you weren't drunk when you bought this class ring and that was your dumbest intoxicated decision?
No, I wasn't drunk when I bought it. I don't I'm kind of genuinely surprised that you guys are that shocked that I got a class ring. I don't think I bought it. I think my mom bought it.
I mean, I had a Letterman's jacket, but I think that's a little more normal. I never wore it because I thought it was gay. Even though I had the fucking sickest one in school, all black. Our colors weren't even black, but they just knew I was a badass.
Yeah.
That ring story reminds me of someone that I knew in college that his girlfriend ended up cheating on him and gave the ring back, and he was just sitting out by the river and like, oh man, this girl broke my heart, and he threw the ring into the river.
There you go.
No, that's what my dad did when my mom cheated on my dad. He threw his actual wedding ring into like some fucking field.
That's crazy, but the twist to this one is that this guy was still making payments on this ring.
What the fuck? How old were they?
Like 22, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta. So actually, another funny story about a ring is when I'm gonna try and make this because I thought it was like normal, for people just to get people rings, like. So I dated this girl for a couple years, and I was like, oh, I want to get her some form of jewelry, and so I got her a ring. So I thought people are like, are you getting engaged? I'm like, fuck no. Like, so when I gave it to her, I'm like, this isn't an engagement ring. It's just a gift, like it was actually like white gold and had a small diamond on it. But I'm like, this is like, people are like, oh, is it a promise ring? I'm like, no, I'm not fucking gay. Like, it's a damn gift. There aren't no promises. It's a fucking gift. And like so people were kind of hating, but I had to shut them down. So I got her this ring, right? And we dated, whatever, broke up. And we hadn't been dating for like 6 months. You know, actually, I got engaged to Rachel after like 8 months. You know, so we had been dating. We stopped dating for like 6 months. I've been dating Rachel for 6 months, and I finally was like, we were talking about like getting married and yada yada. You know, and so I went to go look at rings, and I'm like talking to the lady. You know, it was like a couple grand. And I'm like, wait, if I had another ring from here, could I trade it in towards this ring? She's like, yeah. So I fucking called up my ex-girlfriend and I'm like, hey, does that ring have any meaning at all to you anymore? And she's like, no, I don't even wear it. I'm like, well, this is going to sound super weird, but can I have the ring back so I could trade it in towards an engagement ring? And she was fucking down, and I met up with her, got the ring, gave her some nucks, and I fucking traded that shit in.
That's awesome.
That's another reason that, so I got that ring, and basically I used my ex-girlfriend's ring towards Rachel's engagement ring, and it was student loans that I had that my mom pays back. So that's why a few years ago I upgraded Rachel's ring with actual my own earnings.
That scenario just sounds so poor.
Yeah, it was, dude, but it was great because I got like,
how much did you get trade-in value for the ex's ring?
It was like $500.
Nice.
Hey,
nice
man.
little chunk.
To a poor student, $500 is riches.
Well, then on the night, I think I told this story too, the night that I proposed to Rachel, we went out to dinner first and we were heading home. I hadn't proposed yet and I tried to fart after dinner and I seriously shit my pants. So I was like, oh God, I didn't want to tell her on the night that I'm going to like propose to her. So I was like, hey, we're going to go walk around at Fred Meyer for a little bit. So we went to Fred Meyer and I was like, oh, I got to pee. And I went in the bathroom and wiped my ass. But I caught it all on my cheeks, so nothing really got on my shorts, so there wasn't like a wet spot all night.
Jesus. Any more Twitter questions?
Yeah, there was one that said, if you were at gunpoint and the man said he was going to shoot your entire family unless you banged him in the ass, would you do it?
All these questions are the fucking same.
They really are.
It's all about, hey, either do this or fuck somebody in the ass or kiss your mom.
Or maybe there's a lot of real good questions.
You're gonna fuck the dude in the
just
ass.
Gravitates to these.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck the dude in the ass because you're not gonna sit there and watch your whole family die because you're not gonna fuck some dude in the ass. I'm gonna fuck that ass until it bleeds. Actually, no, that's gonna be how I fucking get out of the situation. I'm gonna fuck his ass so hard it's gonna blow his intestines out, and then he's dead, and I rescue my family, and I'm the hero forever.
Wow.
We don't need any more answers on that. That covers it perfectly.
So this guy has a little question for me. He, sometimes I'm an asshole to these people that ask. I think this would be considered like life advice. So sometimes I'm an asshole when people ask me, but the dude he's like, hey man, I couldn't find where to send a question. Can I ask on here? So I see what the dude looks like. I didn't see his name, so I'm not going to be an asshole to this guy. So he made a Twitter to reach out, blah, blah, but he sent the question on Facebook. So at the end of this month, he'll be moving out of his apartment that he was living with his girlfriend, but she is his ex now. He's got 3 separate options. I've kind of browsed through these and none of them seem amazing. But so 3 options. The first option is his coworker offered to stay at his place right near his work. He is an alcoholic and he has crazy stories about him and has girls always fighting and police being called. Option 1. Option 2. My friend who stays in the ghetto, his mom gave him the house they own and he can never hold a job. So I'd be stuck paying everything. Third option. Move in with my dad's ex. He already has another woman. She is offering me the entire basement. Don't know if I should tell him or not. And him and I are close, but do not talk much. Which one?
I mean, the third one sounds like the safest option.
That's what I was thinking. And you get a whole basement. Hopefully it's finished out. Nice.
I just have to wonder, why does this guy have such shitty friends?
Yeah, maybe he's just... Let's see. He's from Flat Rock, Michigan.
Not everybody can have amazing friends like you have us, Burns.
I know you guys are wonderful.
Like I said, he's my boy and all, but I mean, he has a lot of questionable tattoos, so I'm assuming that he is somewhat. I mean, he's in obviously a shitty situation right now.
What do you mean questionable tattoos?
Like the one on his forearm and some form of like cursive says "relentless."
Ooh.
Let's see.
No.
What's the big one that was on those shirts that guys would wear? It would have like wings or something. What is it?
Affliction.
Yes. That's what
I'm just cruising through this guy's stuff. He's always got a Red Wings tattoo. Hockey fan.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, he just seems like he's in a rough situation. Let me see.
Option number 3 for me.
Let me cruise back to the options. So, I mean, option number 1, his co-worker offered, and he's right next to his work, but he's an alcoholic and has crazy stories about him. Yeah, I'd go option 3. And if the mom, or if his dad's ex fucked his dad, he's like the younger, more stout version of his dad, so he could probably get some pussy on the side.
Always the optimist. Always the optimist.
Always the optimist. Number 3 sounds good. All right, I have 3 separate questions for life advice today.
Let's do it.
Disclaimer, we're not responsible for your actions based on the content of this segment. First one says, I'm 16 and looking for a job, but I don't want to be flipping patties at my nearest McDonald's or Wendy's. So my question is, what is a fun job that's easy to do and pays decent for someone my age? I'm going to say, since it's summer, if you have access to a lawnmower, make some signs, put them in people's mailboxes around your neighborhood, charge them $20 to mow their lawn, and you get to be outside.
He said
charge
fun.
Him $10.
He said fun.
He gets to be outside.
He said fun. There is nothing fun about mowing lawns.
You do it on... Yeah, it is fun if you save your money up or get a small loan, get a riding...
He doesn't have to...
Radius.
Yeah. Jimmy, he doesn't have to answer to anybody. He can put his headphones on. He can relax in the sunshine.
You're completely wrong. Have you ever actually mowed lawns for a living? What you're gonna let me kind of take you through what's gonna happen to this kid with your advice. Okay, Burns said this will be fun. It's summer. I'll make up some flyers. I'll go to all these houses. Most of them are old people. Yeah, $20. You're 3 times as low as your competition. Mow it. And then he mows it, and they're like, well, you didn't weed eat it. You didn't do this out of the flower bed. You missed that spot. You missed this spot. That's not fun. And it's going to be 110 degrees out. That's not fun at all. If you want to have a fun job, if you're 16 years old, if you have a lake anywhere around you, go hit up the marinas. Go get you a job on the marinas, maybe like doing the gas or doing stuff for the jet skis and stuff. At least you're around the water. That'd be more fun than mowing lawns.
Or you can go out to the golf course and be like a caddy.
There you go.
Or do it at an expensive country club so you get some big tips from rich people.
I don't think that's even a thing anymore.
Really? You're telling me at these country clubs there's not like caddies carrying the clubs for rich people? Come on.
No,
now.
buddy. I don't think so. Maybe at the like really.
Yeah, you're not getting that. You got to know something about golf probably at the really high up ones. I would say go to like a national park and just linger and get a job there. Like you usually get like free board, and you just get to hang out in the wilderness, do some wild shit while nobody's looking, naked in the woods. Fuck it, pussy.
Let's say the last thing you want to do is go mow lawns. Now, if you want to make some money and you're okay being miserable, go mow lawns because you could probably undercut your competition.
Hey, man, I'm just thinking
stack it up.
Just an easy thing someone can do. Well, not easy, but just an easy act. I mean, it's not that hard to get a job mowing lawns. It's better than flipping burgers. I'm really upset that you shit all over my idea.
Well, I mean, they specifically asked for something fun, and you didn't give them something fun. You gave them something intense.
Hey man, I'm just saying, if he's like in just a small suburban neighborhood of old ladies, they ain't gonna complain about him like not.
Oh yes, they are, dude. Yes, they are. Then they're gonna have him come in because they're gonna think he's like this hot 16-year-old. They're like, hey, can you come replace my light bulbs? Can you come fix the squeak in my chair? Yeah, it's gonna get weird.
Come on, man. You live in like the
he's gonna end up banging
South,
grandmas all summer.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Next question.
Moving right along, I actually linked you guys this video of our fan of ours who sent us his highlight reel playing basketball. He is a junior in high school. He's played basketball since 5th grade.
It's a big boy, 6'8".
He is not done growing yet. He is 6'9", and he has an opportunity to play on a scholarship in college. He's had a couple coaches contact him, and it's a definite possibility that he might get an opportunity. But he's kind of feeling a little burnt out. He plays basketball all year round, and he's wondering if he's just lost his desire to play the sport completely. His family isn't wealthy, so he does need a scholarship for school, but he doesn't know if he can force himself to keep playing. And I have to say, from the highlight reel, this kid's pretty good.
Let me get your opinion. Both of you watched it. Do you think there's any chance for him to do this at a professional level in the future? Let's say he grows another 2 inches, he gets a little more athletic.
I mean, he's playing
Probably
against
not
all...
the NBA, but there's a bunch of professional leagues out there.
Yeah,
so you think he has a chance to make money at it?
Maybe like in Europe or China, but he's playing a bunch against the white boys in this video, and he's kind of slow.
Yeah,
no offense or anything,
well,
you're good at basketball, but you are kind of slow.
He's a big dude with some moves, though. I mean,
he's very graceful under the rim.
Yeah, I mean, if I feel like there's definitely, if you're only a junior, there's gonna be plenty at colleges reaching out. You're 6'9".
Yeah,
like,
and you're not 6'9" skinny. You're 6'9" thick.
He's a big boy thick.
Yeah,
but
so
then there's kind of, you got to learn how to shoot because that's undersized for
he's got to grow.
playing
He's
in
got
the
to grow
more.
post.
Yeah, you got to learn how to shoot because you are undersized.
So here's my answer. If you guys think he has the opportunity to actually make money somehow, then my answer would be, even though you're burned out, just do it. Just power through it. Do it, because there's not many people in the world that can say they get paid for a living to play sports.
You might as well go for it, man. If you have a talent, you might as well go for it. But if you're feeling burnt out, you said this ends in July, just take like 2 weeks off and just enjoy yourself.
Also, get an editor, dude. Get somebody to edit a better highlight video.
It's probably their high school.
yeah, man. Hit me up. I'll tweet out for you, and we'll get you a decent editor that makes you look 100 times better than that video we watched.
And if you ever make it to the NBA, hook this up with some.
I know it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough to watch.
If you make it to the NBA, hit us up with some tickets.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good
luck to you, man. Good luck to you. You actually have a shot. You've got tools. We'll just, depending on how you grow out and how you mature and how your skill set continues to go. But hey, you've got a puncher's chance just by watching the highlight to do something.
What's your highlight of your sports career, Jimmy?
Would probably be 11th grade regional tournament basketball. I hit a 3 that put us up to move on to be able to qualify for state tournament. That was probably the big one for me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you say shot put? Why? Fuck you, man. I buy a class ring, you make fun of me. I tell you my sports highlight, you assume it's in shot put. Jesus.
Usually, I mean, I feel like you'd be a good shot put guy.
Yeah.
Professional eater, maybe?
Professional eater? Oh, now we're calling me fat?
No.
I didn't say that.
When's the last time you saw me?
You're looking good, man.
When you guys, when we hung out together in Seattle, I was 300 pounds.
Burns a professional thrower-upper.
I am now 247, 246.
Kyle, what's your sports moment?
I got a handful of them, dog. In baseball, I hit 3 home runs in one game. That was cool. In football, a playoff game, I had like 6 catches, 140 yards, and then we went to overtime. In overtime, it was in high school, it's like college. We had the ball first, and I caught the touchdown in overtime, and then they got the ball. Then I intercepted it, and it was like just like a walk-off interception. It was in the playoffs. Like, everybody just started going fucking insane. Like, I caught the ball and I just started running with it, holding it in the air, and like my whole fucking team of like 60 people were like chasing me. And it was like the coolest fucking feeling
So,
Probably
as
I
you can
felt
see,
sports.
Kyle had some amazing highlights, and he did not make it to the NFL.
Oh
So-
no, you can't when you got that white on you. A white 6-foot guy. There's plenty of guys out there.
So Burns, does yours have something to do with your pickup hockey league?
Yeah, I scored a hat trick once.
Really?
Yeah.
That was against intermediate players though.
Yeah.
When you told the 6th graders that you're in 6th grade.
Exactly. And he dominated them. Now, Kyle reminds me. I just think when I think of Kyle and like reliving sports, I think of Napoleon Dynamite, his uncle out in the field with his camera set up, like throwing the football like he's making a highlight tape. I don't know why.
You think I'm the guy that fucking?
Yeah,
I rarely even talk about like.
Or you're the dickhead dad on Varsity Blues. The dickhead dad that like had the high school moments and trying to relive it through his son and throws his class ring out in the field. Yeah.
You? No, I it's funny because with like YouTube, like people are like assume like oh, they're fucking YouTubers. Like this guy's a funny guy. Like they
Right.
for some reason people always think I'm like super short. You know, like 5'7". You know, I don't know why, but no, I don't really ever like talk about like my sports stuff. But then people sometimes when sometimes when kids are talking shit, you know, and they're like, dude, all you do is sit and fucking play video games all day, yada yada yada. They're like, I'm starting point guard on my fucking high school basketball team. Like I've had plenty of fucking people say that to me in like an argument. I'm like, dude, it's fucking high. Like that's why I don't tell people about really much of like my sports stuff. Like I was like first team all state for baseball and shit. You know, it's like, but I don't fucking tell people because what does that do for me? Like, you know how much of a faggot I would sound? Like, oh yeah, well back in high school I was first team all state in baseball. What?
Right.
You know, like it kind of actually, I got in an argument with Keemstar a long time ago when Keemstar and when Burns was getting popular, and Keemstar was like, I'm like the king of trolling. You know, even though he didn't make videos anymore,
Right.
but he would be like, I'm the fucking I'm the troll master. You know, and I'm like, and I was in this huge argument with him because I think I had Burns' back. I'm like, well, I was good at baseball in high school, but I don't fucking, you know, like that was 8 years ago. And just like when you were good at trolling,
days.
yeah, you were good at trolling 8 years ago. It's like, why are you still fucking bragging about it, dude?
Right.
Jimmy, do any of your kids play sports?
Well, they do right now. Yeah. Dylan,
Are you the crazy parent at games that yells at the referees?
I'm not the worst, but I get into it. I mean, Dylan's team, his little league team, they're 9-1. They play tonight for a decision on first place going into their tournament. Laney's team, like becoming a little softball player. They're 4-1. So I mean, we're into it. I'm not the crazy one that guaranteed is gonna scream and whatever. But if something's not right, obviously I'm gonna say something.
My dad got kicked out of the gym once by a referee at a basketball game.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, Ashley's sister, it's pretty much guaranteed she's gonna do something like
My
that.
favorite video of crazy parents is this hockey one. It was like just a little mite game, and this dad just comes storming down the bleachers, just screaming at the referee. Goes to bang his hand on the glass shatters, and you just hear some guy in the background, "Way to go, Phil!"
Yeah. Way to
Yeah,
go,
see,
Phil.
I'm not like I just sit back like I would always get annoyed at my parents for like even just saying like, let's go, Kyle, come on, like
Oh, come on.
I'm
That's
just
what
like
they're there for you. They're rooting you on, man.
yeah, but that's just not me. Like I'll sit back if the fuckers are good. Hey, they're good. I'll help them. I'll play catch with them and shit, but I ain't gonna make a scene, you know, just because I feel like, you know, my kid should be playing, yada yada, you know.
I get to see Jimmy just jumping off his lawn chair at this t-ball game. Run, Grady, run! Go, go, go!
Well,
Yeah.
not Grady yet, but yeah, Dylan. Yeah, dude,
Dylan,
of course.
yeah.
I'm a supportive fucking parent. Absolutely. I want them to do the best they can. Get into that stuff. You don't have any kids. You don't understand that. You will. And Kyle, you don't have kids old enough yet, but you will.
Abel just started T-ball. I don't give a fuck.
There you go. Yeah, I guarantee you in the next coming 2 or 3 years, if he's in it, there's going to be a situation where you become that parent. I promise you. An ump's going to make
Not
a bad
my
call.
style, dog.
An
You
ump's
don't
going to
know
make
me
a
well
bad
enough.
call that influences the game or influences your son directly, and it was a bullshit call. Yep, you'll be that parent.
Not my style, dog. You don't know me.
Okay,
For the viewers, if you're looking for some funny videos to watch, just look up crazy parents at their kids' games.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Jimmy,
That's
would you fight a parent in the stands if there was an altercation?
The only way I would fight a parent is if they directly did something to my kid.
If they verbally shouted at your child,
I'd be all up in their face. Yeah,
there would be a fight in the.
yeah.
It would be on YouTube.
You're not gonna verbally berate my 8-year-old without consequences.
Catching some hands.
Yeah. But honestly, I mean, Ashley'd probably be there quicker. You know, dude, you ever seen a pissed off mom? Pissed off soccer mom? Woo.
Yeah. Not to be fucked with.
I know Rachel would be pissed, but I'd be like, God, stop, quit it. You know, like.
Yeah. You're making a scene.
Exactly.
That's it, dudes. That's an
Anyways,
hour. I gotta go.
That's the show. Hit us
Man,
up
we should
on
do this
iTunes.
more without Colby. That was fun.
It was pretty fun. Do we even need him?
No.
Yeah. Sweet.
Just
Fuck
kidding.
you,
That was a
Colby.
trick.
That's a
Here
trick.
comes,
We're
diss track number
unsure.
2.
We're unsure if there's a wrap up, but if there is, we'll hit it with you right now. And if you can still hear us talking, that means there wasn't one. Colby's a lazy piece of shit.
Deuces.